Hello, Alberta, and welcome to Just for Alberta, the channel that helps you think through Alberta independence and puts emotion into its proper perspective. You know, online, we hear lots of discouraging things, even for people who promote Alberta independence. Some say, for example, if we don't have a leader, this movement's going to fail. Not happening. Often you'll find people who believe in Alberta independence, well, they convert from pro-Ottawa, aka also known as pro-Ontarian, or pro-Ottawa, to pro-Alberta. But they never go back the other way. So we're not going to lose this movement. All we got to do is begin the journey, and it starts with one step, and it's taking a look at every comment that's made online today, no matter if they support Alberta independence or not, and try and discourage it. That's going to be my focus of this video. I'm going to turn around and show you a hill that I go up. See that's a big long hill. I have a 2-hour walk ahead of me. I don't do it because it's easy. I do it because it's good for me. And that's Alberta independence. We're going to take a walk. I want you to join me, please, because I want to give you all the encouragement you need to do what's right. We can do this. We can already win this. We just need to get out and show off our Alberta flags, our Alberta buttons, our intention to vote yes, our attention for success. Join me for the walk. So if you have watched other videos of mine, you'll perhaps remember one where we discussed crabs in a bucket. The crabs have a very weird way of displaying behavior when they're in groups. You'll remember whenever one wants to successfully escape the bucket and live a life happily thereafter, let's say that crab wants freedom. He struggles, like I am, to get up this hill, and it's not easy. But other crabs are trying to get into his thinking to try and pull him down. They make it very difficult to escape when all you hear is discouragement. It's almost like you're never going to make it. So the crab that makes it isn't going to give up his fight because he knows freedom is worth dying for. Well, we're nowhere in that position in Alberta. And once I get to the top of the hill, I'll be raising my hands in victory, just like you will, once the referendum is a success. So, I look at this hill in 3 phases. I began it. I made the hump in the middle. Now I'm going to the final phase. And then I get to the top. But you'll notice I broke it down into phases. So this is how we have to look at the journey towards freedom from Ottawa. Sometimes you go faster and you can see a quick pace, and of course that's easy to receive positive feedback because it's immediate. But there are going to be times it's slower and you're going to get tired, and you then say to yourself, well, we'll just back the pace off, but we're always going forward. So remember that when you see the independence movement going fast, and you're loving the pace, you get a nice dopamine hit, and then it slows down. You can see up ahead, I've got another hill to conquer, and then I'll be on the top where it's flat. So let's keep pushing on, because Alberta, once we get through this referendum, things are going to start to flatten out. All right, we got this. Let's go. We're almost there. Notice the ruts I had to walk through. We're going to walk through these ruts. We're going to do it together, though. Sorry for the quick flip around, but let's get this to the top. Now, the nice thing for you is I know the path quite well. You don't. So, I told you there's going to be a flat surface on top, but you don't know that. I told you that. Well, this is what the journey to Alberta independence is like. We don't know where the flat will be, but we begin with that first step. We begin with a successful referendum, and that's really the big hurdle. After that, it's going to be a whole lot easier to put it in perspective. Here we are. Even at the top, there's little mounds to jump. So what? We just came down a mighty gorge. All right. So, spinning you around again. All that to say, that's only the beginning, but the hardest part is getting a successful referendum, and we'll do it just like I walked up that hill with you. Look at that. Another mound. A little hill, though, compared to what we walked on last time. And I want you, as you're viewing this, to think about one thing. Just to think about one thing. I told you it was flat. It kinda is. But it's not without its hurdles, and it's not without its ruts. So what? We made it through this great big hill. We got victory. We got to the top. We don't stop now. We're just getting some exercise. But we are moving away from Ottawa toward our own future. That's what's important here. So, Alberta, I might not look that pretty at the moment, but you got to dress for something like this. It's going to be super hot. Got the shades, got the hat, got the sunscreen. I'm telling you this only because you're in for a walk. You're in for a journey, right? So you got to get yourself emotionally prepared for success, right? And that means you're going to have lots of those little ruts, hills. I'm right in the middle of another valley. I'm going to go up here. So, I want you to know that that's what you and I are going to do together, right? Emotionally, you're going to hear a lot of people, a lot of negative stuff. Even though they have the best of intentions, they don't know how to use their emotions and their psychology to their advantage, okay? We're in for victory. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That doesn't mean we're going to have all the answers when we want them. But we're going to make them, because I believe in you, Alberta. I really do. So let's continue that walk.